Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. I will be ranking Sonic.exe the disaster characters as of the 1.3 update. The rankings will be as following: team based and solo based. I will then calculate the average and put the character in said position on a tier list. So without further ado, let's begin with none other than Miles Prower, also known as Tails. Tails is a character designed to stay far from danger and support from a far distance. Tails has the arm cannon and a gliding ability, which help him survive and help his teammates. His arm cannon can stun the X for a long time, but has a 0.2-second delay, which make it one of the hardest, if not the hardest abilities to use in the entire game. Tails is also very vulnerable when being alone, as his glide is the only thing that can save him for a certain amount of time. Without his teammates, Tails is a character with low survivability. For those reasons, Tails will be getting a C in solo character. Now, don't get me wrong, the arm cannon is very useful against the EXE, which would make Tails a more useful character if it wasn't because of a small problem: how hard it is to use. Tails will be getting a B+ in team character. The average of that is B, so Tails is a B tier character. Now we continue with Knuckles the Echidna, a stunner with two abilities: punch and block. The punch stuns the EXE, while the block prevents Knuckles from taking damage and knockbacks both apart from each other. Knuckles is a character that can hold off on its own. His abilities have a very low cooldown and can be used to combo the EXE. Not only that, but Knuckles is also an excellent teammate, as it can combo with others and is Cream's best protector. And for those reasons, Knuckles gets an S+ in solo player and an A in team player, placing him at S tier. Now we move on to the evil himself, Dr. Ivo Robotnik, also known as Dr. Eggman. Dr. Eggman is a support vessel dedicated to placing turrets and slowing the EXE down. He has those two abilities plus a jetpack that functions and a quick escape route. He however sucks when being alone. Dr. Eggman has the lowest survivability out of all the characters. D tier solo player. There's still one thing that saves him from being an utterly useless character, being his turrets. They slow the EXE down and are annoying to deal with. For that sole reason he will be getting a B tier in team player, placing him at C tier character. We now continue with the most versatile stunner of the game, Amy Rose. She has 4 abilities in total: hammer spin, hammer attack, hammer throw, and roll. She can survive on her own pretty well. She is also an excellent teammate. She can combo with her abilities, and her cooldowns are balanced. She gets an S tier in both categories, placing her in S tier alongside Knuckles. We now move on to the youngest among the survivors, Cream the Rabbit. Cream is the most important support character out of all the support characters, as she has an ability called Overheal. This ability gives a temporary 150 extra health. The only bad thing is that she can't move while doing so, which makes her extremely vulnerable. Cream also has a loss survivability, as she's extremely team dependent. The reason she can still survive for some time is because of her speed boost, which outruns any EXE. But because of those reasons, Cream will be getting a C as solo player. Since Cream is a must-have in a full team, she will be getting an S+ in team player, placing her as an A tier character. Moving on, we have yet another support character, Sally the Acorn. Sally has 3 abilities and 3 different types of shields: normal shield, bubble shield, and fire shield, each with their respective characteristics. Sally is an important character within a team, as she can save others from trouble. Sally can also hold off decently well on her own. Sally will get a B in solo player and an A+ in team player, placing Sally as an A tier character. We now move on to the ultimate life form, also known as Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow has 2 abilities, homing attack and boost. These 2 abilities allow Shadow to be both an excellent team player and solo player, as he can stun and run at the same time with both of them. Not only that, but his cooldowns are balanced. That's why Shadow is an immediate S tier character in both categories, and an S tier character. We must now move on to Rouge the Bat herself. Rouge is a character meant to serve as a spy of some kind, as she has sensors that can reveal the EXE's location. Not only that, but she has a flashbang which blinds the X for a few seconds, and a bomb that stuns and knockbacks the X. Rouge can hold off on her own, not as well as other supports, but either way she can still survive, especially if she has a good team. Rouge gets a B tier in solo player and a B tier in team player, making her a B tier character. Now we continue with people's favorite faker, Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic has 150 health and 2 abilities, Push and Grapple. Metal Sonic was designed to be a team player, but because of his nature, he is also a decent solo player. He can also self-destruct on his second life. Metal Sonic is the only character that has the role of tank. He gets an A+ as solo player and an S+ in team player, making him an S tier character above all. We have our last support character, your favorite time traveler, Silva the Hedgehog. Silva has 3 abilities, an orb, a speed boost, and a wall. Out of all the support characters, Silva is the one that can hold off on its own the better. He is also a useful team character because of the speed boost and wall, not to mention that the cooldown on the orb is low. Silva gets an A on both categories, placing him right above Sally and below Cream. Here we have our last character, the princess herself, Blaze the cat. Blaze has 2 abilities, Fire Tornado and Firewall. Both of her abilities greatly stun the X and can also function as an escape route, since her Fire Tornado gives her a speed boost and the Firewall sends the X far back. This character is very useful in a full team and also a good solo player because her abilities give her the chance of running away. Blaze will get an S tier in team player and an A+ in solo player, placing her at the top of A+. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have a different opinion than mine, leave it down below. I'm going to read every single one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
我们今生注定是沧桑，苦之来。